I am honored today to be joined by someone whose mere existence is a protest to what we're seeing in the news against the trans community. Someone whose heart, smile, and infectious laugh leaves you wanting more. I'm Patrick Marano, and this is Queerly Us. Now, before we begin, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss an episode. He is a communications grad and event planner with a passion for building community, especially in queer and trans spaces. From organizing major events like the Trans March at Pride Toronto to supporting inclusive tech networking at Gradient Spaces, now Queer Tech, he brings heart and strategy to every project. Known for his warmth, creativity, and ability to make people feel seen, he's all about creating spaces where others can thrive. Please welcome to the show my friend, the wonderful Mr. Francis. Francis,
Hi.
welcome to Queerly Us.
Thank you. I appreciate the warm welcome and the warm words. I'm not used to being described and at all.
Really? I
Yeah.
you know, not being described at all, not even with bad words.
I mean, the gay community, like it's all shady.
They're all bitches.
Like fun, shady banter. So yeah, that was really sweet of you to say. I really
Well,
appreciate
this comes from the heart. You really are one of the warmest, most genuine people that I know.
it.
But that's not saying much because I know a lot of cunts.
Oh. That's
So
fine. I mean, I could be. Well, I mean, we've went on like a few wine and dine hangouts. Like you've seen, I can be a little cunty as
yeah,
well.
yeah, okay, you have an edge. There's an edge. But
I
you know what? I can see past all that.
no, no.
No,
Um,
that's
uh,
the truth.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I sometimes have to hold my tongue, uh, because I've noticed it's gotten me into some trouble.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, what was it? Also, I feel like I sometimes accidentally say shady things without me realizing it's shady. I think it's a compliment, and people are like, "No, that was not. Hey, that's not. That's a call out." Yeah.
Really? What
Hmm.
sign are you again?
Cancer.
I love cancers.
Do
They're
you?
literally my favorite sign.
Oh,
I'm serious. All my best friends are cancers.
oh, really? What are
That's
you?
how I pick friends.
Oh, what
I'm
are
like,
you?
what sign are you? Cancer? Perfect, you're in. I'm an Aries.
Okay, so
But
fiery.
I'm not as fiery and in my youth I used to be more no, I'm super impulsive, but with my own decisions in life. Like
Mm,
I don't and I feel like I've softened around the edges a little bit as I get older, so which I
yeah,
think happens with
yeah.
everybody.
I mean, no, definitely. Actually, well, to be honest though, like I've met a lot of people who, unfortunately, life is hard and things get to you, and I've met a lot of older gays, who are bitter and aren't as sweet as you. So, I mean, you're not older. You're not an older gay. Oh no, that was accidental.
That's what you're talking about. That's that weird bitchiness that comes out. It's like these little jabs that you don't mean, but they are. Well, I think technically I could be your father, but anyways, we're gonna we're, am I your father? I would love to be your dad.
Oh,
Um,
you sound like a
I'm in my
beautiful.
daddy era, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
fine with that. Look at the white.
I
I
was
love
gonna
it.
say,
I'm embracing it.
I actually think that like the gray, the pepper, was it the salt and pepper look is
Yeah.
like super super attractive. Like
Oh
whenever
yeah.
I see it on someone, I'm like, okay, that's yeah, that's nice.
Speaking about age, I mean, you're like half my age, but I want to share with the audience, if you will, and as much or as little as you want to,
Mm.
the origin story of Francis.
Mm.
And I'll leave that up to you where it starts, and to if you want to talk about some highlights, maybe some lowlights and some turning points, and in the early years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How are we talking about like coming
whatever
out
you're
story?
whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, all
Yeah.
of it. Whatever you're comfortable with. This
Yeah.
is a an open
Okay.
dialogue and space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like for me, with I feel like coming out is like always like the bonding experience between like anyone who's LGBT. And I would say like my start was at like 10 or 11 years old.
Wow.
So I like did not know what really gay was, what trans was. Like I was born and raised in a very conservative Catholic family. So
Mm.
even what was it? I think my first exposure, quote unquote, was like a Simpsons episode, The Anvil, was it called?
So ironic, but
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah, I I know the one. Yeah.
yeah. And I remember my father being like seeing it and like throwing a hissy fit and like quickly turning off the TV because like that there was no exposure to
No.
any of that. I you know wasn't aware. But yeah, so I had these feelings like when I started going through female puberty, I was really uncomfortable with my body. I went through it really early because I was 200 pounds as like a little kid, which I'm 5'5", so I'm that's a lot on my little body. So being overweight as a child, it makes estrogen, your body produce estrogen, and
Mhm.
so that created an early onset puberty. Uh,
Mhm.
so I started changing. I didn't know what was happening. I remember like praying to God, like, "Oh, I hope I don't get like my period, this and that." Right.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
I had all these feelings, and I didn't know what they were. So I remember one night being like in the shower, just thinking, I have to say something like to my mom, like I have to. If I don't, then my it's nothing's gonna change. And I knew even at 11 or 10 that I would thank my 16-year-old self would thank me. So I knock on my mom's door after a lot of hesitation, and I tell her like I feel like a boy stuck in a girl's body. Obviously, she didn't
Mm.
know what that was. She was like, "What? No, what?" And then, so that was the first step that led to, you know, my social transition and then my medical transition. And it was a lot of fighting. It wasn't like I was not accepted at all. Like, not at all. There was moments there where I
At
was,
home?
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
There was moments there where I was, like, fully, like, almost causing divorce. Yeah.
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 Well,
Mhm.
was one parent more accepting and the other one not?
I would say, at first, like, neither one of them were accepting at all, but, like, in
Mm.
different, like, levels, like, one was more obvious about it, like, yelling, and then the other one was, like, just wasn't involved. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, so, um it was a time. I'm having, like, war flashbacks at the moment. I'm like, "Oh my god, trauma."
Yeah. I
Um,
know, I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's part of, my story, and,
Yeah.
yeah, so there was back and forth, and I eventually got, to Sick Kids Hospital and started getting after years of therapy and psychotherapy and all that,
Yeah.
I got on testosterone, and that was like such a life changer. That was at 17. So, yeah, I'm 24 now, turning 25.
24 and turning 25. Uh, I'm just kidding. What a pivotal moment for in your life, because, like, for you to remember, I was in the shower. Like, imagine, like, that seared in your brain, like, you remember exactly where you were
Mhm.
when you were, like, you didn't the way you told the story, you're like, "I was in the shower, and I decided I have to tell my mom," like, you know what I mean? It's very specific, so it was
Yeah,
such a I mean, obviously, it's a life-changing moment for you
yeah,
in your life.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It was. I mean, like I was so dead set on the fact that I wanted to achieve certain goals
Mhm.
before I was in my 20s. Uh, Yeah, and my first, milestone would be 16, and I wanted to at least start, some type of transition by then. So
Sure.
at
I
11 or 10, I knew I needed to work to get there.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
is there does it feel like there's a clock that's ticking?
I feel like there's always. I feel like everyone feels like there's a clock ticking.
Yeah, hello.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
um, but I mean, just in terms of like, I mean, you had the self-awareness that you were like, okay, I'm a boy trapped, your words, in a girl's body.
Yeah.
So, but do you feel like it was a race against the clock a little bit? I mean, I know I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just trying to put myself in the position where it's like, okay, changes are happening.
Hmm.
Let's stop some of them and
Yeah.
switch gears here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like definitely. I wasn't aware of me being different than boys
Mm,
until female puberty started happening, and I think it was definitely wanting to, like you said, stop the changes. But it was also for permanent reasons, but also because I was just in so much pain. I wasn't. I didn't want to get. I couldn't get out of bed. Like menstrual
mm.
cramps were so bad. Like it was awful. So there was numerous reasons. But yeah, so uh, I told my mom, and I remember looking up my exact feelings on Google, to like
Oh,
see, like,
oh,
like I think a few days later, and finding the word transgender, transsexual,
oh.
and reading into it and being like, wow, that really resonates with me, you know. So
Nice to have the internet at least to, imagine back in the day. Imagine back in my day. Well, speaking of which, did you have any role models growing up?
yeah, I definitely. So I at the time I looked up to Buck Angel a lot.
Fuck.
I
Yes.
got to work with him when I was 18 on a really cool project called FDM Health, and we contacted a lot of doctors, just physicians in general, in the US and some of Canada. We created a list of resources for trans youth, and was it a medical sheet to basically identify symptoms of atrophy, which is a big can be a big issue for some people. So yeah,
Mhm.
we worked together. That was really cool. We are no longer speaking. Um,
Oops. I've heard some things too, so let's not get into that.
yeah,
That doesn't. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But you had somebody. You
Hmm.
had somebody at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I got to work with them, which was so cool. Like it was really, really cool for me.
Yeah.
I remember. But yeah, mostly though, it was honestly just me being like, what's the word? Determined and just telling myself like I made it this far, I might as well keep going.
Yeah.
Like every time like I was not in a good headspace, like I was like I can't live this shitty life and end it. I have to at least see if I can get better. So
And look at you,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No?
Oh, I do. I agree. I agree.
Okay. Um, let's bring it to now then. And how was your sort of foray into like the gay community? Because
Mm,
that's not easy for just, you know, anybody. Sometimes it can be a lot. You come out of the closet and then you start going to the bars and stuff. It can be intimidating. It can be hard to make friends. You
yeah.
can feel like you don't belong.
Yeah.
So how was it like in the bars in the village, and how was the community when, you know, were they welcoming, for example?
Yeah, so the gay community was very like not responsive to a transgender man coming into.
Oh,
I would say there is more. There is more in the gay community when it comes to trans women. Gay men are not threatened by them because they aren't sexually challenged by trans
mm,
women.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When a trans man comes in, they get very uncomfortable because they start to question themselves. They're because the gay community is so phallic centric. They see a trans man and they're like suddenly attracted to someone who might not have a phallus, or
Mm-hmm.
they might. start putting their friends into boxes and criticizing, and just it's like a dog pile of who's the real gay, and yeah, the gay card status, and there was a lot of that. There still is, but not as much. When I first arrived, I feel like things were more accepting. I kind of just forced myself into this.
Onto people,
No,
into their lives.
into their
That's
lives.
what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, so I what was it? I put my personality first, and
Shh, shh, shh.
I I put my
Not-
personality first, and I am very much the type of person that I don't approach people when I'm interested in someone. I let them approach me because I feel like there is that such stigma to when it comes to who I am, especially in the gay world. And yeah, I just I let them approach me, and I go from there, and then I let them know, because then they get upset that I'm trans. I'm like, well, I didn't approach you. You.
Upset. Sorry, my just being upsets you. I mean, like, it's just
You're,
reality.
yeah, there are people who do get upset.
I wonder if they're upset because they are attracted,
Mm,
and then
maybe.
and then is upset, maybe disappointed,
Mm,
or they don't know what to do with it, maybe,
yeah, yeah.
you know. And as far as gay cards, you're the gayest guy that I know. Like, are you have all the gay cards.
See, awesome.
So
Tell me
yeah,
more.
yeah,
Tell
you are,
me more.
yeah. As far as gay guys go, you're the gayest. Trust.
I don't know. I mean, with that picture and that necklace, I'm.
Oh, there it is again. And I was complimenting you. My goodness.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that shirt. You're the one that took gay as a bad
Mm.
thing.
Ooh, deep. Okay. This is about you. It's not about me, mister. Okay. Well, so bars are one place, and you kind of touched on the whole phallus situation. So how do more sexually charged places, how has that been for you?
It has been a journey with acceptance of my own body and confidence. I feel like when anyone is in a space where they can easily be rejected, everyone feels a little like self-conscious,
Hmm. Hmm.
no matter if you're trans, cis, different races, there's a lot of different factors that come into play, uh,
Facts.
unfortunately. And yeah, so I would say I still have the method of, you can approach me, I'm not going to approach you, because of that almost self protection that work.
Mm.
Like, I want to protect myself, my ego, myself physically. Um, yeah, and I feel like that's how I do it, if that makes sense.
No, it does. Do you hmm. Talk about suds. What is
Mhm.
your involvement with suds? Because I saw that online.
Yes. So I am one of the hosts for this party called Suzz at
Uh-huh.
Success. It's basically a house party in a bathhouse, trans inclusive. But yeah, so I'm promoting it. I went in, took some like good footage of
I
the
saw.
out. Yeah, yeah. Thank
Yes.
you. Played with the lighting a little bit. Yeah, so I try my best to get the word out to as many different types of body types as I can. I go into different group chats and apps like Sniffies.com. I love the sniffle at the same time as
That was, and I didn't, maybe that was like subconscious. That was so weird. I did go like this just before. So
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, that was
Uh,
weird.
No, it's not weird. No, yeah, and I message different. I make sure I message different types of people, because
Yeah.
I do not want to create a space where it's one type of body type and one type of race, because then other people who are not that feel uncomfortable. So, uh, yeah, I did that the last suds. It was going to be the last one, and then there was so many people like that came out. Like, it was like, packed. I never seen Spox as packed as it was. And yeah, so DJ Phil told me he's hiring me again and that we're going to do another party. And yeah, because of how much I promoted it, it keeps going.
For those that are watching, they don't know, Spa Access is a bathhouse in Toronto. And then, so it's 4 floors, they have a bar, and Suds is basically like a party. Is there like a dance? There's a DJ. Well, DJ Phil, you just said.
Yeah.
Is there dancing? You can wear whatever you want, right? Or nothing.
Yeah, you can wear anything. Like you can wear like a tank top if you're not
Yeah.
comfortable being shirtless. Wear speedos, swim trunks. You can be naked, underwear, like towel. Like
So you sound pretty comfortable in these spaces, is what I'm saying.
yes, I
Okay.
feel more comfortable. It's very weird. I feel more comfortable being on stage shirtless. I feel more comfortable being in these sexually charged spaces than I do at a job interview in the corporate world. Like I do
Me
not.
too, sister. Me too.
Really?
Preach. Yeah. I'd rather be on a go-go box than at a job interview. Fuck.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I did see you go-go dancing recently. I think there was a clip of you go-go dancing. Where was that?
Pitbull. Yeah.
At Pitbull. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
Pitbull events.
Yes.
They're 30. No, they're 50. No. Oh my God. I was going to age them. So their 15th or something anniversary. I have to double check.
When everything is older than you, does it matter? I mean,
I almost said 50th.
You did. You were going to say that.
And Francis, the Francis that runs Pitbull would have hated me for that. So.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm not that old. Shit.
I see. That's what I mean by the accidental shady. It's a trend.
You are Pitbull vibes though. Like you visually. I mean, you're a Pitbull guy. No, I mean you would be on the poster and like. Have you been on the poster?
No, they don't even follow me back.
What? You're go-go dancing at their party and they don't even follow you?
No. It's okay. It's fine. I see how it is.
Okay, because you have a lot of followers. You have like 10,000 followers on Instagram. That's
10K. Yeah, that's
more than I got, bitch. So.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what? My Instagram is it's like my personal account. It's just like, it's not supposed to be, but it's more just like friends and family. Like it's not, I don't use it for promotional purposes really. So
what would you have like a professional like Instagram or?
I don't, and I'm struggling with some branding issues. Maybe we can talk after this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I worked in social media.
Yeah.
So
I have a few concerns and things, but that's another chat.
Therapy.
No, not issues like that. Well, yes, I do, but I mean, yeah, branding issues that we can talk about later, or questions. Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah.
Myths. There's lots of preconceived notions, maybe misunderstandings about what it's like dating a trans man.
Yes.
What would you like to put to bed right now, or just lay it to rest and just be like, guys, no, or say, you know what, this.
Yeah. Do you have any specific questions, or I'm happy to list off?
That would have been good for me to do more research and get some concrete examples of what I'm talking about, but I don't have any, so I'll let you lead this.
Yeah, I'm great at being in charge. I would say that I feel like it depends on. I feel like people see the label of a trans man and they focus on the trans thing so much that they almost don't see the person anymore. So when that happens, I find that a lot of cis men almost accidentally fetishize trans men. They expect trans men to be maybe feminine or bottoms or have sex in a certain way that they see in pornography, and some do. There's plenty of trans men who do, and that's totally great. But I think it's the fact that they approach trans men expecting that, and not just letting the trans men be seen for who they are, like how a cis man would see another cis man for who they are. That's the main issue. I would also say a lot of it is like curiosity, and being used as just an experiment and not. I would say a lot of people would like to have sex with me, but they won't want to date me because they are either ashamed of the trans part of their partner, or again, it's the experiment, it's the thrill, unfortunately. So I would say those are two things that I would like to like lay out of like what it's like to be a trans man in the dating scene. It's often sex first and sex focused for trans men, which I'm not surprised in the gay world. Like it's I mean this gay I feel like the gay world is also very much that in general, but um, yeah, I would say being a trans man in the gay world is it's very much focused on their genitals and the curiosity around that.
I would say also the fetishization of certain groups of people too, black men or like Asian women, groups of people that are kind of fetishized in porn specifically, but then it kind of like reverberates, through society. So
It's
yeah,
it's a common issue. There's so many different categories of fetishization. Like I always say to people who want to know what it's like, I always say it's like a spectrum. It's like either I am like only seen as the FTM porn category,
yeah,
or I'm not seen as a viable anything, at all. Like a non-sexual object, which it's like either I'm being overly sexualized or it's not sexualized at all. And I'm just like, I just want that in the middle.
sexualize me a little bit.
Yeah, like
Yeah, please.
I'm fine with being sexualized.
Hmm.
I'm totally like accepting of that, but it's when it's too much, and then I get uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
feel like I like to be treated like anyone else. I guess that's the point.
yeah, I
Mhm.
get that. I know that, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you're on the hunt for a husband.
Oh, somewhat.
Well, are you relationship focused? Is that a better way to say it?
Yeah, for me, I do not really have anyone I'm dating. I was dating a guy briefly, but that was not it. Um,
Is he watching right now? Damn you!
yeah, no.
No.
No, so I am open to a relationship. I don't expect it, especially with the summer coming along. So yes, in short answer, but no in like right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I just don't
Uh,
expect it. Toronto is hard to
you don't
date.
expect it, is it? Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I'm just recently out of a long-term relationship, and so I have like I'm just single and fancy free right now. But um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, meeting people in general, I think is difficult. Never mind for a relationship, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. It's
I
very
can,
much fast. I feel like Toronto is a very fast-paced city,
yeah.
uh, and it can be transactional sometimes. What do you
Mhm.
be? Who do you know? What parties are you able to get me into? Like that type of thing. And, at least from what I've seen.
Speaking of which, I need a Pride pass at the Green Space VIP. Do you have access to those?
No, I guess I should log off now.
Not me like using you in the show to try to. You don't have access? No? Okay, never mind.
No, I'm not that
Well,
bold.
that's all the time we have for today. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, so I find right now I'm kind of focused on meeting people in general, like you
Hmm.
said. I am more focused on friends at the moment, just because I had such a big friend group that I unfortunately am no longer a part of,
Okay.
just because of unfortunate comments made. Uh, but yeah, so right now I'm more so just looking to build like a little community
Yeah.
that I'm closer with. And then if a man comes along, that's great too.
Then he does.
Yeah. Uh,
So again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a self-professed demisexual, no? Is that a label that you feel comfortable?
Oh yeah.
With? Okay. Can you explain to us what that is for those that don't know?
Yeah, so I guess demisexuality is like very it depends on the person, but for me, I do not like to have sex with people that I do not have an emotional or mental connection with.
I'm the opposite. Oh, sorry. Go on. This is about you.
We know.
Oh.
No, so yeah, so I very much am the type of person that like almost tenses up when someone tries to approach me in a sexual way that I do not have that previous engagement with. I If I have that engagement with them previously, then yes, I'm open to more casual sex. But yeah, to get me there, it's a lot of work, and I'm too much work for a lot of gays.
Is that a protection thing that you do?
Um, yes, yes, it is a protection thing that I do. It's I have a lot of sexual trauma, so I very much am very careful about who I let in to my body. So yeah, I would say it's a protection thing.
You mentioned you had a friend group and some words were said.
Hmm.
So I don't want to go into it. I don't go into it for us, but it made me think like, what does concrete allyship look like from cis folks?
Mm.
What does that look like for you?
Um, Allyship, as in trans-specific, or just
Yeah,
um, I
yeah,
would
for the trans community. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I would say just uh standing up for someone who is trans like me when the comments are made, not allowing people to say ignorant things about maybe my body when I'm not there. Uh,
Mm,
there has been cases where I have heard things said about me because I'm trans, and no one said anything. So yeah, I would say being an advocate, whether I'm there to validate you or not, you know. So I would
mhm.
say that's good allyship.
Don't just say things for the sake of you because you're there.
Yeah,
Stand up for you when you're not there. That's when you really need it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of people get even in the for gay allyship. Like sometimes you'll see like straight people being an ally when it's like rewarded, you know. So
Mhm, mhm.
why?
Or when people are watching,
Yes, yes, it
right?
is very much.
So, do you
Mhm.
keep posing with your arms and flexing? Are you showing
Oh,
off a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah.
How often do you work out? It seems like every other post you're at the gym. I'm like, I thought I went to the gym.
Yeah, I love to work out. I have a
It's a
well, like
lot.
I
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, being previously being like 200 pounds, like I am super insecure about like my body, but I feel like every gay man is. So I think that,
Yes,
but yeah, so
absolutely.
I'm like, no, I have and I have a baby face. I'm like, no, I'm not a baby. I
You
swear.
do have a baby face, but that's great. A baby face and then like a built body. That's great.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm,
everybody loves a baby face, don't they?
no, I prefer. Well, I prefer older men. So you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gray streaks.
mhm, yeah.
Oh.
Sure, sure,
Do
Jen.
you play any sports or anything?
No, I just do hit training and working out, and
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
Sports, I don't know her, so.
Okay. Well, you were talking about like friends, and I joined the swim team for that reason, to
Mhm,
meet people.
mhm,
But you know what? It's still hard, even though you're thrown into a group with these people. It's kind of like, and you have this in common. Obviously, you all enjoy doing this.
mhm.
It's still cliquey. Like people have been on the team for years, and there's like little groups and things, and it's like it's hard to break in.
Really, do you feel like you're the
A
outsider
loser?
in
Oh, sorry. Oh,
in
an outsider.
Sure. Let's
Also, um, and outside, yeah, yeah. Well, less and less now, and I, yeah, I've broken through with some people, but for sure at the beginning. See, I thought, and this is so me, I thought I was just going to walk on the pool deck and everyone was going to toss me up in a blanket and just be like, he's here, everyone, and just be like celebrating and whatever. Nobody cared. Nobody, and I'm exaggerating, but like to the extent that it was like, how do I
Fuck.
get through to
Mhm.
these people? So
Yeah. How did
yeah.
you? Did you feel like?
Just time. It's just time. I think they got used to seeing me and they're like, oh, he's still here.
Mhm,
So then it's just kind of like, oh, okay, then dialogue starts and stuff. And I think
mhm,
it's just from going and just from time. But
mhm,
I think there are more friendly cities like Montreal where it's a little bit easier to connect with people more quickly.
mhm. I find yeah, Montreal was very much more engaging. Being trans in like a bathhouse in Montreal though, like I get more anxious.
Oh,
Uh,
where did you go? Which
um,
one?
just Oasis and GI Joe.
Just Oasis and GI Joe.
Yeah, but listen, I've been going to Montreal like for the last 3 years, so
Yeah.
I've had time. Um, so yeah, I found not seeing anything on the site that is like, oh yeah, we allow trans guys in. Like, it makes me nervous to
Oh, right, right, right.
next. So for example, like in Puerto Vallarta, like there is a bathhouse that Spartacus that is not inclusive, and
Oh,
I've heard horror stories of like trans guys going and getting
come on.
like thrown out or something, and
Okay.
yeah, so like I'm very much like, oh, I if I went, I could get in because like I wouldn't be,
Obviously, yeah, you'd
but,
get in.
like
But
I
then,
wouldn't feel comfortable to participate
yeah,
because I
right.
don't know who's going to be there, who's going to react, and then they're going to go to the desk and yada yada yada.
Is that on their like website or something? It says no, not trans inclusive, or it's just known within the circles that
Yeah,
it's like don't
it's
go because they don't want you there.
yeah, it's more known
The
within.
second one.
Yes. Who knows? Maybe things have changed within the last like year that I've seen. Yeah, of this information going around. But yeah, who knows? I haven't been there. Um, I know if I went with like my friend Woody, like he would be my biggest advocate. So like I would
Yeah.
if I was with a good friend there.
I'm surprised because like PV is so gay friendly. Obviously, everyone goes there all the time.
Yeah,
So I'm surprised. Well, then don't go to Tokyo. I was in Tokyo and they're extremely exclusive there with their bathhouses. Apparently, there's like a zillion of them, and each one caters to a very small sliver type of person.
really.
So yeah, I was aged out of them actually. It was 18 to 39.
What?
Yeah, some of them you have to speak Japanese. So they're keeping it very. Imagine doing that, having those rules here. You would get like shit on so hard by people if we started saying like all of these exclusions and like
No.
haircut, like some of them your haircut can't be too long, like your hair can't touch your eyebrows or your ears, like
What? So you're why? Because it's too feminine or something? Or
I guess it's too feminine. But I think specifically a lot of Korean people have that haircut and they don't like Koreans. I'm
uh,
generalizing, but this is the pictures that they were showing are people with this haircut, and I've seen this
so weird.
a lot of Koreans with that haircut. So I'm like, it sounds like they're saying no Koreans, but
Yeah,
maybe they can't just actually say it. But yeah,
it's
it was just like,
we
and
could
then
just,
if you're a bear, if you're larger with hair and stuff, you have to go to a separate one where it's just bears, which is so, I don't like that.
no.
And there was a whole debate online because I did a video about it, but
Mm,
it's like, for example, you like older guys
sometimes.
sometimes, but you
Yeah,
like the option, right?
the option. Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's just no older guys there, that's really like cutting out sort of a whole population of people that you could have potentially had fun with. So to me, it's very limiting. And I don't agree with the practice of doing that at all.
No, I don't. I don't agree with it either. I mean, for me, like, with older guys, like that could be like 30.
Okay. So you
So,
understand my point anyways, right?
Sorry, I
Okay.
just wanted to make the clarification.
Okay.
Between like 30 and 50 or something, so
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Anyways, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like stockier, bigger, stockier guys. So if I go to a bathhouse and it's just like muscle gym guys, I'm like, okay, that's great for what it is, but it leaves out all of this other potential
Hmm.
fun that you could be having. That I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
no, I
thank you.
agree. Like that's specifically why, like, after this podcast, I'm going to message like a bunch of different types of people on different gay websites to let them know about the Suds party, because I'm just
The
like,
Suds party. Yeah.
yeah, because I'm just like, it's exactly that. What I want to avoid. I want to avoid people going into spaces and being like, oh, this is only muscle gym bros and all that stuff, or circuit queens. Like, I want,
Yeah.
you know. Uh,
Bathhouses have historically had that problem because of their advertisements. Advertisements are always these big buff, like, porn star looking guys, which obviously is meant to draw people into the club and be like, oh, maybe he'll be there, which he never is. But
or-
but then people think that that's the only thing that you're going to find at the bathhouse, and that couldn't be further from the case,
yeah.
further from the truth.
Mhm.
There's
No,
all ages and all body types and all ethnicities, and there should be,
there should be.
yeah,
There's someone for everyone.
there certainly is.
For me, like, going back to the trans stuff, like, I'm a big believer in there's someone for everyone, and so when I do get rejected, I don't take it to heart, because I'm like, I know I'm not everyone's type, just like not everyone's my type. So, yeah, like, it's tricky. It's a tricky situation.
Yep.
Bathhouses and sex inclusive places in general, because you have to really,
It is for anyone, but I can imagine. I
yeah.
mean, yeah. Let's pivot. I want to talk about just quickly, we don't have to like go crazy with this because it's heavy, but just the current political situation.
Mhm.
I see you posting a lot of stuff online. Um, how do you navigate, or how do you stay grounded? How do you feel, about the current political, well, the war against the trans community, specifically south of the border?
Yeah. So definitely not good. Short answer.
Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah. So there's so many different avenues I can, talk about. I would say generally, like, I am not going to the United States anytime soon.
Mm,
I don't exist in their system, like, as a trans person. If they pull me aside and try to investigate me, they might find out that I'm trans, and I don't know how they're going to handle that, especially with, uh, was it some other Canadians getting locked away for a few days.
mm,
So I don't feel safe going there. I definitely think trans people as a whole are being used as a monolith to fearmonger people who are not aware of trans existence, or trans people in their own personal lives, because, well, we're less than 1% of the population. So they're using that to very much distract with politicians from filling their friends' pockets with money, and just focusing on taking away trans rights, and making people happy about that to cope. If
mhm.
that makes sense.
And it's probably safe to say the people that are on board with those policies that are rolling back all of the progress that we've made don't even know a trans person.
No, no, not at all. Or they do.
Never met one.
Or they do. I've met several gays that are like that.
No,
Yeah,
really? Oh, see, I was living in a different reality there for a second.
no,
No, really?
yeah. In Toronto, there's a few gays that I kissed a boy that ended up being he came on to me at the Eagle. I remember, like, this is years ago, and he is a right wing, like, reporter, and he writes things. He asked me to be in this column that it was totally going to be a trap. It was going to be like a slander of trans existence. So these I find a lot of gays will find me attractive because of my aesthetics, and then, being a white muscular guy.
You're
With
hot. You're hot. Just say it. Yeah.
so you said it. No, so I find that there are these people who are willing to have sex with me, but they are not willing to fight for my rights. If anything, they are wanting to distance themselves socially from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I even dated a man that ended up, I found out after, is a full Trump supporter. He and I would have full dates, sexual interactions, and he, yeah, is a full Trump supporter.
So how does that happen, I wonder? What's the thought process there?
Um, I'm sure it varies, but it could be some. I've had some gays literally tell me, well, you're not like the other trans people, or you're one of the good ones, or like you're easy to digest, because I am a very easygoing person, but
Yeah.
like I feel like it's very much them separating me from this, what they consider a monolith of the trans community, the trans agenda. And yeah, and again, I think a lot of my aesthetic of being white, bearded, and muscular, like, very much
Hot.
makes them makes them makes it easier for them to digest me, because I'm not challenging their idea of traditional masculinity in that way, and
Right.
whatnot. So it could be, again, it could be multiple reasons. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm also very good in bed, so it might be that as well.
I
Uh,
wonder, I wonder if there's any bit of it that's kind of like, well, better them than us also.
yes, yes, very
The
much.
heat is off the gay part of the LGBT,
Yeah,
you know?
and it's yeah, I would say it's very much throwing trans people under the bus.
Yeah.
And also, there is not a lot of understanding of trans people, right? So like these gay conservatives will see us and not want to be associated with them, because, well, they find trans people weird, and it's like, oh, we're better, we're better, or at least we're not the weird ones, like that type of mentality. um,
Right, right.
so it's very much um, reaping the benefits of being associated with, let's say, uh, a pretty trans person, but not and reaping the benefits of being accepted in that, like accepting in that way, but uh, in the behind the scenes, you're like almost like throwing them under the bus.
Yeah.
Well,
There's always been the sort of a segment of the gay population that's just like it's in the 50s with the Mattachine Society, the first like gay movement and stuff. But their whole mantra was basically to fit in. Like they just wanted to show straights that were just like you.
yeah.
And that was their whole, so they don't like when there's something that really sets gays apart
Hmm.
from the straights, because they just really want to fit in and they want to be like, look, I'm like you, I'm normal,
Yeah.
so I think there's always going to be sort of a segment.
Oh, definitely. I think it can vary. Like, it can be onto other, like, gays. Like, it could be like, oh, like, you know, uh,
You're too femme.
too femme. I was about to say yes.
Yeah. Well, that's the big one. Yeah, you're not masculine enough, so it's like you stand out too much, so I'm gonna not be
Yes.
around you. Yeah.
And I find that is very much the reason why I'm accepted into a lot of circles, is because,
Hmm.
again, my aesthetic, and like it's just how I am. Like, I enjoy being a gym bro. I enjoy having a
You're a
short.
dude.
Yeah, but there are trans men who are feminine, and I
Oh my
feel
god.
like,
Well, like Gottmik,
yes, exactly.
right?
Yeah, so with my existence, it's easier for them to digest, because I present in a certain way. But then again, those trans men who are feminine, it's harder for them to digest, and
Yeah.
it goes back to that "you're too femme" thing with cis gay men. So
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Well, and that goes back to the straight world because it's so misogynistic that it's like anything feminine is immediately, less than. Nobody wants to be feminine. Like a woman can wear jeans and cut her hair short. What's that Madonna song? What it feels like for a girl. You know? Do you know it?
I don't know it.
Oh, she said it's okay for a girl to wear jeans, cut her hair short, because it's okay to be a boy, but to look like a girl is degrading.
Yeah.
Because you think it's degrading. So women are always lesser than. So anyways, and that's even in our community.
There's bottom shaming. There's just like anything remotely feminine or in the women's role of a relationship is shameful, and it's unfortunate. It's I don't know. I mean, I've dated men who are like very insecure about being submissive in bed. And, they try to overcompensate by being super masculine outside of the bedroom. And,
okay.
And they get heated when you when you make the slightest like joke about like their masculinity. It's I mean, and it makes sense. Like there's so much conditioning.
Oh my God, centuries. The fragile male ego, right?
Yes. I mean, I get it. My ego is very fragile sometimes.
Just a delicate flower.
I am.
You're just a baby.
I am. I mean, I am a baby. I forget I'm as young as I am. Like
no, it's great. Oh my God, enjoy it. I will say though, the 40s are amazing. So you're gonna eat it up. Trust me. Okay, let's end on a light note here. Last question: who is your celebrity crush, if you have one?
I would say I don't follow a lot of celebrities, but because I'm really into The Last of Us, I would say Pedro Pascal for sure.
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's one of my. He's the only celebrity crush that I really think of, or Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. Like, yes.
Pedro Pascal, though, what a great choice, because that ties into our whole conversation, because his sister's trans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you didn't know. I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
and he's such a huge supporter and advocate, which is so sexy.
Yeah, I love people with intelligence. Like,
and he's like defending his sister at every turn. It's so great. I fell in love with him. Did you see The Mandalorian?
No, I didn't.
Do you like Star Warsy things?
Not. I'm not super into it, but I watched the original movies.
Okay, you might like it. You should try it. He's a bounty hunter, so he's wearing a mask, but you hear his voice though, and he's protecting. Oh, you should just watch it. It's so great. Yeah. Anyways, I fell in love with him there, and then he took off his mask, and I was like, oh, and you're cute too. So, but it's more his personality and who he is that really makes him so charming and attractive.
Yeah, no, I agree. For me, like part of my attraction would be I like a mix of femininity and masculinity. So like especially when I see a man have feminine qualities, like whether that be appearance or the way they dress, or the way they talk, like if it's very feminine in nature, like I find that really attractive, especially if they have like biceps and a beard or something like that. I like the mix. I like the fluidity and the fact that he can wear whatever and like rock it.
Yeah.
That's attractive.
Yes, he's secure in his masculinity.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that he can queen out sometimes, and he has that. There's a softness in there too, but he's obviously like a man.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Did you just neigh?
Getting all hot in here. That's a great choice. Francis, thank you so much for coming on Queerly Us. I really appreciate it. I know we've been trying for a little while, so thank you. I'm so happy that it finally happened.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, thank you for, thinking of me to have me on here. Like, I really enjoy chatting with you in general. Like, so this was like, it had to happen. So, yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to put any links or anything. I'm going to put everything in the description below so people can follow you. If you're in Toronto, make sure you head to the Suds event, right? Because Francis will be hosting.
I will be shirtless and giving out drink tickets. So
That barrel chest of yours. Oh, drink tickets. Well, that's you're going to be everybody's best friend then.
yes, exactly.
Francis, thank you so much. For the rest of you, I will see you in the next episode of Queerly Us. Bye.